Previously.
Sir Brown would have been the person who would have given us a little nugget here and there. It didn't mean, that we always accepted, and that's why you want people who are objective in your union. People who aren't going to, I know people are afraid of the word judge. Well, you want people who will judge you. And judge, I mean, judge you by the standards of the word of God. Someone who's going to be abundantly honest. So I know people don't know nobody judge me. If the marriage not going good, you want somebody to tell you straight it's not going on good. If your attitude is spoiled and it's not, don't be afraid of the truth. Let it hurt. Let it affect you. Let it cause you for ball. Yeah, sometimes the truth comes across and you're unhappy with the truth. But guess what? At least someone showed you where you're standing, and you can now begin to think of what are the strategies now I can take in order to improve. All right? A coward is one who doesn't want to hear the truth. Someone who is brave wants to hear the truth, know that they are affected by the truth in terms of their emotions. But you see, that's why marriage cannot be built on solely emotion. It has to be built on that sense of discipline, that desire that I am going to be the best. We're going to be the best. We're going to make this together.
I begin to
Hey guys, welcome back to the Couples Corner,
where God is
best for you and your
partner.
Alright, yeah. So it's good to be here again, and you must know I'm feeling all good. You can see the glow. You can see the glow. Listen, you can see the glow. Alright, but we're here again to follow up with the video that we started. Still talking about lessons that we would have learned in marriage, and this is one of the lessons I am learning. I'm realizing. Oh yeah, you're gonna hear the kids play. Come and say hello. Come and say hello.
Hello. We're just doing
Daddy
a
is
race.
coming.
We're doing a race.
All right, so yeah, this is one of the lessons that we would have learned in marriage over the 8 years. Happiness is not hinged to money. And you would have all watched the news and read the papers and saw that the two wealthiest men in the world right now, Bill Gates and Jeff Bezos, they are currently, either going through a divorce process now or contemplating separation. Clearly, it is telling us that marriages are not held. Marriages are not held together by money. All right, doesn't matter how much money you have, that is not what is going to keep a marriage together. And so what we're trying to say is that happiness and joy is not tied solely to money. All right, money can help you to get some things that will, that will make your life better. Money can get you some things that will get you to appreciate, be able to do something to appreciate each person. But money doesn't bring you happiness. Of course, we're not naive. The Bible says money answereth all things, right? So if I'm going to go on a vacation, I need money. If I'm going to go to the gas station, the supermarket, it takes money, right? But understand this, that money is not the prerequisite for happiness. Happiness is birthed out of your will to honor God, And so when you desire that you're going to honor God at all costs, you will understand that part of honoring God means to love and to respect. Part of honoring God means submission. Part of honoring God means being respectful. Part of honoring God is being meek and being forgiving and willing to reconcile. All of these things that I have just outlined are necessary for happiness. Yes? So we must understand then that happiness is found in God. And in any marriage where both persons decide that they're going to pursue God and pursue godliness, that marriage is going to be a happy marriage. Notwithstanding, like any other unit or union, there will be challenges, but there's a way to resolve those challenges, and it's found again in God. Reconciling, loving, respecting. And when you have done all of these things, you keep doing them over and over and over and over again. You know, I look after 8 years, my wife and myself, we have never been on a vacation. Like, we've never taken time and said, you know, we're just going to go away and we're going to go on a ship and we're going to go. Of course, we would love one of that. By the way, if any of you want to sponsor us, link us up. But I'm saying that not having those did not stop us from being happy. It didn't stop us from enjoying each other, and it didn't stop us from appreciating each other. And I think that the key to, and I wasn't always like this, you know, it's something that I would have learned in my 8 years lessons in marriage. And it's something I would have recognized, and you can be honest, is that the more I pursue God and pursue godliness, is the better I become as a person, as an individual, and of course in my role as husband and father. So we're glad to have the kids joining us over here. Danica, you want to come around this side?
Yes.
Come around this side. All right, so yeah, this is how we're gonna do Couples Corner this week. Couples Corner is family this time around. All right, but yeah, that's one of the lessons. So next thing, lesson number 2. Only what's that?
Hold on, lesson number 2. Lesson number 2. We do 5 lessons
Oh,
already.
so that was 5.
Hold on, we did 5 the last video.
Oh, that was 6. Okay. Our secret to spending maximum time with each other. I have come to realize that a lot of couples struggle because husband need to find a separate amount of time for wife, need to find some time for kids, and in that he needs to find some time for church and find some time for ministry, find some time for work. And one of the things you're going to realize is that 24 hours is not enough hours to find separated time. One of my secrets to always spending time with my family, with my wife, is that we do everything together. We don't have a separate this, right? Even when we work, if I have something that I need to get done that is at work, right, and I need my wife's assistance, so she's going to learn, she's going to research, and she's going to offer the support that is necessary to get that which needs to get done. And so we do church together, and all of you know, we do ministry together. Now we have, in the last year plus, all we have done is basically Positive Vibration Impact Online Bible Institute and Build a Man. And so we have done that together, along with all the blessed team, you know, that God has installed and have put in place to help us. So we have just been doing this thing together.
But even in that, and one has to be very careful, because even in pursuing things together,
Yep.
the goals that you're pursuing,
Yep.
it can overthrow the personal time. So there must be a balance in all of that. And that is why we are here. Not Positive Vibration, not Impact Online Bible Institute, but family time. There must be that balance.
Yeah, agree. But would you not agree though, only that even within working or pursuing goals, it's not just about the goals. It's about building that bond together, dreaming together, hearing your ideas, hearing your goals and objectives, working them all together. What we essentially start doing is learning to integrate. Because one thing we have come to realize is that even as much as we're out here alone together, we're never going to learn everything about each other out here. We learn more when we are interacting more. The more you interact, I'm going to realize some things that Daniel is passionate about. For example, I didn't learn that my wife loved video editing through personal time. I learned that through doing stuff together and her intention about making it perfect and getting it right and all of that kind of thing. Yeah, we learned that by doing. So it's not just about pursuing goals. It's about using that moment as a teachable moment to learn about each other. And there are going to be some qualities that are... Hold on, I'm crying. Oh no. A personal moment is necessary, don't get me wrong. But there are going to be some lessons that you're going to learn about each other's passion and goal and dream. I learn about my wife best when she is engaged. And it's not necessarily engaged about things that has to do with us. Because there are some things for me that personally I'm not able to probably express that I would love to do. But whilst I am engaged and doing it, you know, and you're showing that level of passion and support, I think I am better able to express myself. And what you're going to see coming out is
like
not
the videos.
Yeah, it's not just my thoughts, like it's not just something I'm talking about that is abstract, but you're going to recognize my passion by virtue of my body language and other non-verbal communication that you would not necessarily get from me by us just sitting down and having a conversation. So I think that both are necessary, and I really think that it's not possible to give my wife, let's say, if I am to separate time, I will never give her enough of the time that she's supposed to get. Because when I take 8 hours and give to a workplace, I come back in, they recommend that you sleep for 8 hours and 16 hours. So what time do I spend with her and children? It's going to still be less, and she should not be getting less time. So my recommendation to persons is to try to live and what I call an engaged life, one filled with a lot of interactivity, right? When you pursue a goal, I hear what my wife said. We're not saying, what I'm saying is some people can be pursuing goal, but it is just to get the phone right. If I'm painting the phone, I'm just trying to paint the phone black, and we're just trying to accomplish a series of tasks, and that's what I think is dangerous, trying to get tasks done. But don't see it as trying to get tasks done, but see it as a moment of trying to learn and, of course, to understand and to comprehend each other. That, I believe, is absolutely necessary. All right? So that's tip number 7. So I have one more.
But for persons who don't have the opportunity of working together, because of whatever they may be going through, there must be time spent with your partner, spent with the kids. It can't be about going. Quality time is very important.
Yeah, and the truth is, and that's a good point, and I could just segue into my next lesson, is that all of us have to remain accountable. And as men, sometimes we need a brother or another man who you can interact with, someone who can hold you accountable. Just yesterday, a brother of mine, we're having a discussion, and his first question, and this is a man in ministry, and normally people in ministry just want to ask about ministry. One of his first thing is that, so when are you getting time for your family? When you're getting time for this, do you get time for your family? And we respect that, because what they do is to help to keep you sharp. And sometimes I think that in marriages, people want to keep their life to themselves, and it's all about me. I think just as our community builds a child or helps a child to grow, I think a community helps a marriage to survive, right? Because he holding me accountable right there. I can learn from that and say, hold on, man, I need to slow down a bit and go take some time with my family. And one of the reflection that he said to me that stood out is that here, man, you know, at 10, 12 years old, after you have gotten all the goals done for them, you can always say you're going to start again, or you're going to start now. But you'll never be able to get back those earlier years, those formative years. Those years are gone. And so accountability partners are also necessary in marriage. And I think that's one of the strong lesson as a man that I have learned over this time, you know, that I have been married. Being able to have those kind of men who would share their experience. Even this morning I was sharing with another brother, again, man in ministry, and he's saying, you know, some relationships are dynamic, some are unique, right? And what we mean by that is that don't expect what works for Robdon, Team Robdon, to work for you. And you have to just appreciate that. So some of us we have to tailor make. Tailor made
would have been past tense.
Yeah, tailor make.
So would have
Or tailor produce.
Tailor made.
We have to produce, you know, what I would call it now, a model that fits our life. And you know, that other brother was sharing me that within his marriage, and that's why you have to have this discussion with other married people, and that's why I think married people should be influencing married people. You know, people who are in a godly union, who are pursuing happiness and are pursuing a relationship to be with each. I think that's absolutely necessary only. Because what I've come to realize, as I listen, he was saying, in my union, because of the kind of job that my wife does, she works late hours. So my job, I have to now step in and meet her where she's gonna fall short. He also said, I realize that I am more high energy than my wife, and so that means I need to work more. Well, in my union, I think my wife, who have more energy?
No, it's you.
No, sir. I have energy for some things. I think she has more energy than me, because most of the time she does, you know, like with now the unique situation that we're in, she does positive vibration, which, you know, is minimum 2-3 hours. Plus she does preparation before that, which is prayer and all that. Plus she knows that she have to get up and prepare breakfast for the family, because I get breakfast to go to work and my lunch prepared to go to work, and you know when I come home, there's really no evening. I come home and meal not ready. Plus she is there and kids are learn, because she's also a teacher and she's available to help me wherever I need help. Right? I think she's a bit more high energy in this era than I am. But you know, one of the things you have to do is to learn about your partner. It's not about a competition with one partner trying to get to the 100-meter mark before the other person. And if another person don't get there, you're standing up and pointing out that, oh, look at you, you didn't get this done and you didn't get that done. But it's really more about completing each other. And both partners need to hold your weight. Because there are times now when I have to step in and just say, yeah, let me get that and let me get that done. Yeah, I know say me I do this, but I'll look at something that I could step in and get done, which would have make her day easier to start next day. Right? And sometimes that's what we have to do is to try and learn about each other and just to meet each other halfway. So let's wrap this up. All right, people, so much for the tips for this week. We have shared with you those tips. Not saying that all of them, you know, are going to be applicable to your union, but like, you know, as I always say, you can hear what we have to say, And you know, if it's something you think you can apply, then you apply. If you have something that's working already, keep it going. Comment it below. Tell us what you are doing so we can actually learn from you as we continue to improve, because I think marriage is a full-time university where people are enrolled in full-time education, always learning about each other, always learning and discerning better and more effective strategy so that we can continue to win. All right? But we won't leave here today without reminding you to go to our website, Reason with Robdon. Hit the shop and go get your apparel, get your shirt, all right? And just support the vision. All right, remember to subscribe.
And then once you subscribe, click all on the bell, so as soon as we upload a video, start a live or schedule a premiere, you'll be the first or second or whatever number to check in. And when you check in, please leave a comment.
Yep. So until next time, we will see you. Come and go have fun with my family. This is my personal time. See you next time.